Lady Lazarus can be seen as a feminist critique of a patriarchal society in which women are forced to conform to narrow and oppressive roles. Hello and Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my channel, and I am Mehreen. Lady Lazarus is, I would say, a masterpiece of literature, placed in the mouth of a person who desperately wishes to die, re-die, and then resurrect again and again. So, my dear viewers, if you want to take full flavor of the poem, stay with me till the end of the video so that you may enjoy line by line explanation of the poem. While reading Plath's poetry, we must not forget her parental origins. Her father being of German origin who came to United States in 1900, Sylvia's mother Aurelia Plath was of Australian descent. She was a student of Otto Plath's at Boston University and they married in 1930. Before moving towards the text of the poem, we must not forget to know a little about Lazarus. Lazarus is a significant figure in Christianity, particularly in the New Testament of the Bible. Lazarus was a friend and follower of Jesus Christ, and his story is told in the Gospel of John. According to the biblical account, Lazarus was the brother of Mary and Martha, and he lived in the town of Bethany near Jerusalem. When Lazarus fell ill, his sisters sent word to Jesus, who was in a nearby town, asking him to come and heal their brother. However, Jesus delayed his journey, and by the time he arrived in Bethany, Lazarus had already died. Jesus was deeply moved by the grief of Mary and Martha, and he went to the tomb where Lazarus was buried. There he prayed to God, and then he called out to Lazarus, saying, "Lazarus, come out." To the amazement of all who were present there, Lazarus emerged from the tomb, alive and well. This miracle is seen as a demonstration of Jesus' power over death and his authority as the Son of God. This is according to the Bible. The story of Lazarus has become an iconic representation of the Christian hope of resurrection and eternal life. It is also a testament to the deep friendship and love that Jesus for Lazarus and his sisters. In the context of Sylvia Plath's poem Lady Lazarus, the reference to Lazarus is a metaphorical one, exploring themes of death, rebirth, and transformation. Miss Plath presents herself as a female version of Lazarus. The poem is representative of a personal experience of death and rebirth, as Lady Lazarus was written right after the separation between Sylvia Plath and Ted Hughes. Now let's move towards the text of the poem. I have done it again, 1 year in every 10. I manage it. A sort of walking miracle, my skin bright as a Nazi lamp's shade. My right foot a paperweight, my face a featureless fine jewel linen. Look at the word it. It is significant. It means suicide attempt. She refers to her another suicidal attempt. 1 year in every 10. It is said that in her multiple attempts of suicide, her first attempt was made when she was only 10 years old, but she refers it to an accident, not a suicidal attempt of drowning herself. Then look at the words, I managed it. Means that she managed to come back to life from death. That is why now she has become a walking miracle, a person who came back to life after touching the verge of death. The words like Nazi lampshade, paperweight, Jew linen. These words have a great significance. We can find a lot of Holocaust images in her poetry. We must not forget that she was the person who had experienced Second World War. Since her father was a German immigrant too, we all know what kind of atrocities were done to Jews. They were deliberately sent to gas chambers. Their skins and bones were used to make different objects, like a paperweight, a lampshade from their skin. How disgraceful was this that those Jews could not even have a proper burial. Peel off the napkin, O my enemy, do I terrify? The nose, the eye pits, the full set of teeth. The grave cave 8 will be at home on me, and I a smiling woman. I'm only 30. Just look at the death images, that as if a woman or a person is coming out of the grave, like in horror movies. Here, a napkin, it could refer to the shroud of a dead person. We must not forget that Lady Lazarus is a woman who just came out of the grave, rotten, shrouded, and half eaten by worms. So her question, do I terrify, refers to her half eaten, rotten face features. Just look at the words eye pits, set of teeth, sour breath. These all images refer to the degeneration of the body. The grave cave eat means the flesh of my body has been eaten in the grave. But don't worry, this flesh will be recovered soon, and I will again become a smiling woman. I'm only 30, and I, like the cat, I have 9 times to die. This is the number 3. What a trash to annihilate each decade. Sylvia Plath in these lines refers to her suicidal attempts, which she made after every 10 years. First, when she was 10 years. Second, when she was 20 at college. And now she is 30 years old. She compares her every 10 years of life to trash, a wasted life. She refers to the futility of life. What a million filaments the peanut crunching crowd shoves in to see Lady Lazarus. I have done it again. I have done it again. I have done it again. Then unwrap me hand and foot, the big striptease. Gentlemen, ladies. When she comes back from the dead, she becomes a spectacle. It seems as if she is describing a stage. She feels that she has become an object of display, and people are watching her. Just look at the words peanut crunching crowd. As if people sitting in a cinema hall having popcorn boxes in their hands, or a crowd standing in a circus where human beings are on a display. It also refers to the curiosity of people which they show when she survived from a suicidal attempt. It is also a fact that even till present, Sylvia Plath's suicide has become a hallmark of her career. Whenever we talk of Plath, her suicide is a must event to be mentioned. Although there are so many male literary figures who themselves ended up their lives. Ernest Hemingway is one of them. Even Shelley's drowning is so fishy. So, Sylvia Plath's offense is very much justified in these lines. She very boldly questions these peanut crunching people of their curiosity. Then unwrap me, hand and foot, the big striptease. Gentlemen, ladies, these are my hands, my knees. I may be skin and bone, nevertheless I'm the same identical women. It seems as if a striptease show is going on, and a human object, or Lady Lazarus herself, is the center of attention. The word unwrap is significant, as if something is going to be uncovered, being naked, Very bold of Miss Plath. Look at the words gentlemen, ladies. These words are, of course, spoken during or before a stage performance. Skin, bone, knees. Very interestingly, she is of the view that she is the same identical woman as before her suicide attempt. She has the same bones, knees, hands, and skin. Nothing has been changed. Let's move ahead. The first time it happened, I was 10. It was an accident. The second time I meant to last it out and not come back at all. I locked shut as a seashell. They had to call and pick the worms off me like sticky pearls. Now she is describing her experiences of attempting suicide. First time when she was just about to drown in the sea, she was only 10 years old, but it was an accident, not an attempt. Second time she was 20 years old when she tried to die. She swallowed sleeping pills and shut herself in a closet. Luckily enough, she was rescued, but she did not want to come back to this brute world. She was dragged towards life unwillingly. She compares this experience of dying as if she was protected and safe in an oyster. Protected from what? Of course, protected from the piercing eyes of spectators. The sticky worms is an image which refers to the pearls stuck in an oyster. She has a deep desire of being shut in an oyster like a pearl. Dying is an art like everything else. I do it exceptionally well. I do it so it feels like hell. I do it so it feels real. I guess you could say I have a call. It's easy enough to do it in a cell. It's easy enough to do it and stay put. It's the theatrical. Come back in broad day to the same place, the same face, the same brute, amused shout. A miracle that knocks me out. According to Sylvia Plath, like everything else, dying is an art form, a skill, and she is extremely good at it. But ironically enough, dying is not an art. In fact, to live is an art. To come back from the death is an art. She dies in ways that feel terrible and real. You could say that dying is her true calling. It's easy enough to die in a cell means something like in a mental hospital or a prison or in a closed room or in a closet. She is of the view that it is easy enough to die and stay dead. What's hard is the big dramatic resurrection. What's hard is the big dramatic resurrection in broad daylight, the return to the exact same spot and same face staring at her and yelling in the same old voice. And now, what the people are yelling? Just look at the next lines. The people are yelling, "It's a miracle! It's a miracle!" That's what she really gets a kick out of. She hates to be called herself a miracle. There is a charge for the eyeing of my scars. There is a charge for the hearing of my heart. It really goes. And there is a charge, a very large charge for a word or a touch or a bit of blood or a piece of my hair or my clothes. So here, doctor, so here, enemy. I'm your opus, I'm your valuable, the pure gold baby that melts to a shriek. Now, she says if people want to look at her scars, they will have to pay. The same goes if they want to listen to her heart, which beats and beats, and they must pay a whole lot to hear her speak, or to touch her, or to buy some of her blood, hair, or clothes. In the next lines, she is addressing her doctor, her enemy. Maybe these doctor and enemy, presumably these are the men who brought her back to life. Or maybe these could be her husband, the most celebrated Tadeus and her doctor too. The speaker says that she is their greatest achievement. She is their most prized possession. She feels herself like a baby made out of pure gold that when dying melts until there is nothing but the sound of screaming. She twists about and burns up. She assures her listeners and that she knows how much they care about her. These lines are a direct criticism on the caring persons who are wondering about her, and we all know that who were those persons. I always love reading these last lines of this poem. They are very, very poignant. Ash, ash, you poke and stern, flesh, bone, there is nothing there. A cake of soap, a wedding ring, a gold filling? Here, God, here, Lucifer, beware, beware. Out of the ash I rise with my red hair, and I eat men like air. She has been burning up into ashes, which they means the people around her, which they prod at and stir around, looking for bits of flesh or bone, even though there is nothing of her left. She is metaphorically dead. All that's left behind is a bar of soap, a wedding ring, or a gold tooth filling. The speaker or the Sylvia Plath addresses God, Mr. God, and Mr. Lucifer, telling them to watch out for her. There is a warning in these lines that after many deaths, after many attempts of death, she will again rise. And she will again rise from those ashes. Her hair will be red, and she will devour men like they are nothing, like she is simply breathing. Although this is seemingly a moment of empowerment for the Sylvia Plath, this turn also conveys a hopelessness she feels about her situation. The phoenix, a mythological creature, is known for its regenerative abilities. Thus, like Sylvia Plath, the phoenix dies and is reborn. However, because she has transformed into a phoenix at the end of the poem, this could also signify that the speaker is stuck in a cycle of dying and being reborn, and she can neither escape or control. In this way, Sylvia Plath expresses the intolerability of her life. Plath feels herself to be like a cat who has 9 lives to go. 9 times she could die, but it was only the 3rd time when she died. This poem explains why death is so desirable for her because she feels as though she cannot die and must suffer forever. Death is the only solution to end her sufferings. Here the poem ends, and so is the video. I hope you would have learned a lot from this poem. I would definitely come up with something new in my next video. So keep subscribing to my channel, keep waiting for my videos, and thanks for being with Mehreen for such a long time.